Now, my question
they
I had.
They both are to me. Son.
Huh?
They both are super.
You think
phony.
they're
Do you
phony?
think?
Son, it was like.
I think Will didn't want to be there at all.
Oh, absolutely.
So then she sat him down, and then she said the entanglement shit. I had the entanglement with August, and Will was like, entanglement? Yeah. She's like, yeah. And then he said, you cheated, essentially. And she goes, that's what I said. No, bitch, it's not at all what you said.
He said you had a relationship.
Yeah, she said, that's what I said. No, bitch, that's not what you said at all. This the fakest bitch on the internet.
Whoa.
The fakest bitch on the internet.
Talk
Your
on it.
entire platform is being
Real
honest,
talk.
real talk, helping other people. And then she says in this thing, I think one thing she says it's a lie, and we have to fact check this, but she said, I didn't talk to him for 4 years. I think he was on Red Table Talk like a year ago talking about addiction. But anyway, even if that's not true, she says this was very healing for me to go through this. And I learned a lot about myself. Which, first of all, is if any guy said that again, it would be like, get the fuck out of here. You're just a cheater.
Yo, I needed to heal by fucking 23-year-olds.
Yes,
Hey,
100%.
Hey, when I
need
cheated
to learn
on you
about me.
with that 18-year-old, I was healing.
I was learning about myself.
Listen, I got my dick sucked, right, in a Bennigan's, but I was healing when I did that. You have to understand, when the waitress was sucking my dick in the bathroom of a Bennigan's, it was healing for me.
The awesome blossom sauce on my dick
Awesome blossom
really had a medicative effect.
And babe, the meal was about $100. How much I tip on this shit?
You already tipped, bro.
Yo,
But for real though,
here's my point. Your show's about honesty and healing. If this was healing for you, you could have very easily shared it throughout this entire process of filming this series. What, 2 years it's been on? And you had Will on talking about relationship difficulties before, but you never shared it. Why? Because you always needed to be put together, perfect Jada, and you not. You a fucking phony. And if you were honest, you would help a lot more people, but you don't give a fuck about helping people.
Whoa.
You give a fuck about looking perfect.
Oh,
fuck
shit.
you, bitch. And
Oh,
Will, too, if it's an
shit.
open relationship, I'm going to be honest, I think she just made him do that shit, and he was like, all right, let me give her a career to shut her ass up.
Yo, Mark said something interesting one time about open relationships. No, I thought this was really interesting. People always go when like a famous guy and his wife have an open relationship, right?
Yeah.
People always like, nah, it's okay they have an open relationship. She's okay with it. They have an open relationship.
Right.
No, they have an open relationship. And then Mark goes once, you think if he was like, hey, we should not have an open relationship anymore, she'd be like, damn. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You want. Now, I don't know about the Smiths per se, because apparently, from what I've heard, they're both out there just getting cracked and cracking cheeks, right? Like, I think Will's doing him.
See, we've been hearing that for 15 years.
Yeah, Will's doing him. He just looks like a cuck because we don't know about his business, because he knows how to handle his side pieces.
So is this the most, like, the savviest move for him is to come on and look like the good guy? Like, the most alpha move is actually like, all right, let me come on, let me do this thing, look like a good guy, and then I'm going to go fuck whoever.
Yo, real talk, attention is currency now.
He missed the 4th of July.
Everybody's talking about them. That's what they want. If you listen, there is maybe some fundamental differences between the Smith family and the Kardashian family, but we spoke about this a long time ago. With the Kardashians coming the Smiths coming for the Kardashians. Mm-hmm. They want to be the first family of the internet, or the first family of America, right? And they're going about it from what we see as like a way more like positive direction, right? It might be phony, like you're saying, but at least it is, hey, this show is about healing, let's get better, empowerment, let's have this great family dynamic, let's do the things that we need to do to feed our soul, etc.
Right.
They're like, if you add in some like Oprah elements, you know what I mean? Like, and that being said, they wouldn't do it in front of the camera if they didn't want attention for it. Mm-hmm. So they are monetizing this. Mm-hmm. Are they monetizing the positivity behind it? Sure. At the end of the day, who gives a fuck? If you get more out of it, that's fine. It is interesting to see, though, that even through tragedy, you will get, matter of fact, you get even more clout and more attention in tragedy. I wonder what happens next with them when they go, oh, we were really popping when there was some drama. We're not really popping when we're getting people over their pill addiction. But when we got some fucked up shit going on in the family, everybody was watching. Hey, Jaden, you might want to go public about that little drug addiction you got. Hey, Willow, you might want to go public about that older boyfriend you got. I wonder if they tasted...
Are these real rumors?
No, I'm making things up. Like, I wonder if they get a little taste of the, what is it, the dark side, the dark force?
You know, taste that Kardashian fame.
right? But like, you know, in Star Wars, how like the Force,
Oh yeah, the dark side.
the dark side, like you're like, ooh, that's just tasty. Like
Yeah.
the black Spider-Man outfit, you're like,
Yeah,
ooh,
yeah.
this power feels good.
Right.
I wonder if they get a taste if they start leaning in.
I mean, it makes sense. Like this was the most viewed Facebook video I think of like all time. Like in terms of like velocity.
They're not going back.
Like-
These say what you want about these people, and by these people I mean entertainers, but specifically the Smith family. If you're in entertainment, you have some sort of addiction to attention.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ourselves included, we're in this. Once you get that taste, it takes unreal discipline to not lean into it.
Yeah.
It's one of the things I think that we're actually exceptional at this. If we can toot our own horn here, we know that we can have a porn star on this show every single week and it's going to do insane views. But we haven't. We specifically talk about the things we want to talk about and how we want to talk about them. We shun money if it doesn't go against it. We really kept our integrity. It's hard for motherfuckers to do that. It's hard to do, especially when your movies are flopping. Will hasn't had a hit in a minute.
Bro, it's been a long ass.
I don't think Jada ever had a hit. I don't even know what she does.
Jada's hit was Will.
Jada's hit was Will. Real talk.
She's had a lot of classic movies.
Ain't nobody watch Woo except me,
I mean,
and only for Tommy Davidson.
She's had movies, but she
Yeah.
hasn't had a hit.
What you
like
love,
this.
Low Down Dirty Shame?
She hasn't had like a huge hit recently. I would
Recently.
say,
Bruh,
Yeah.
my homie said it well. If it wasn't for Will, you would just be that girl who was on a different world for a couple of seasons.
I don't think so.
What was she doing before that?
I think so. Fuck.
That's her credit as Will.
She was in Madagascar.
After Will.
Oh, we're talking about only after Will?
Just talk before Will. What was her hits?
What year was that where she got with Will?
Late 90s.
Okay, so everything prior to 98 was
Different world. Low Down Dirty Shame.
The
fucking
Nutty Professor.
Woo, The Nutty Professor. I think that was after Will too, I think. Oh, no, maybe it was before. I don't know.
Menace
Look,
to Society.
There's no question like having an incredibly powerful and famous husband is going to help you with your career. Yeah. Right? Hillary Clinton. That being said, that like you could also do things that are great, and she did things prior to him,
Yes.
et cetera. The thing is, are they going to be able to take a taste of this and turn it down? I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think so to an extent. I think my interpretation of this is that they just love to control the narrative. The reason why they came to the table is because the narrative was getting out of their hands, like their nice
Because they lied about it.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
lied about the narrative, though.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I hear what you're saying. I think you're on it. I
So
think
this
you're right.
is
Yeah.
because we've never really seen Will do this. Will doesn't have to address any rumors about him. He's always just stayed
People
like,
been calling
hey,
Will gay for fucking decades.
Never addressed it.
Yeah.
But this one is like, yo, okay, now it's affecting home. It's affecting the kids most likely and shit like that. Like, and there's so much attention and shit is a little dry right now. We
Yeah.
can spin this in a way where we come out on top. It's a learning, what's it called? Like I'm learning
And they
moment or
took
some shit like
days
that.
to put this out. Whereas I'm pretty sure she got the fucking whoever Tristan Thompson cheated on with, the Jordan, whatever.
Yeah.
She got that bitch on faster and she put out her own thing.
Yes.
Do you think it affects movie rules for him if he looks like a bitch? If he looks like he's like simping for Jada?
It's
Like,
interesting.
He can't be a leading man. Like you know how they like blackball like gay dudes from being leading men.
Yep.
Like
I don't think so because at the end of the day, people are still clapping like, oh, he did the right thing. Like Jada made this little mishap and he came to the table as a man and like talked
I think
about
that
it, they
line-
dealt with it.
Go,
and now
go.
they're good.
There was one line where Will said, "I'm gonna get you back," and Jada was like, "You did plenty."
like
That's
there's-
his way of saving his manhood within
Oh,
the
you
crafted
watched
statement.
the whole thing?
It's
Yeah,
12 minutes.
son. It
It's
was
12
just
minutes.
12 Yo,
I watched
there's-
the whole long one. I'm a
there's-
gay.
There's way
40 minutes I already watched one. I can't give 12 more to refute the 40 minutes.
There's way more to this story. Like way more to this story. Because
Yeah.
in the beginning they talk about like, oh, we were at the point of not even knowing if we were going to speak again.
They
And
were
the public
separated.
didn't
and that
know
was her
about
spin. Is we were separated. August didn't ask for your permission because he didn't need your permission.
Yeah.
We were separated. That's her. I did okay.
So August lied about permission.
So yeah, which is he would tell the truth about the affair but lie about getting permission.
That
No, no,
seems
no, no,
weird
no.
to me.
No, but then she addressed that too. Because
What'd
she
she
said, so when they first, I guess, started to fuck or whatever the case was, Will wasn't even in the picture. But then Will started to come back into the picture. So they had a talk just to like, you know, like we're cool, whatever the case is. Because she
Yeah.
did address that. Like she can see how he might have took it as asking for permission. But it was really just on some, let's just clear the air so shit isn't weird around here.
I don't believe that either.
Nobody asked Jaden. What's his name? Ask his permission, yo.
I actually
You're not gonna smoke out
my
mom.
I believe everything August said.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would he lie outside of promoting the album?
I mean,
100%
that's a
he
big
didn't.
reason why.
And
But
yo, what's weird is that I haven't heard a single song off this fucking album.
Has anyone listened to the album?
No.
Is that shit good?
I don't know.
They redirected. I mean, he must have written a song. You got to give her some bars.
Oh, no, he
like,
did. Yeah.
Here's what I would say though,
did?
from what I thought my perception of August Alsina is, I would see his name and I'll be like, yo, I think this guy puts out good music. I remember liking some of it before, but he hadn't cracked off. Why does nobody know who he is? Now we know who he is.
Yeah.
This seemed like the missing element was attention, and then here you go. He got
Imagine
some.
your
And
claim
I don't
to
think
fame was fucking a 50-year-old woman.
it's also Will Smith's wife. Like
Yeah,
you snatched
and
up Will Smith's
Jada's
wife.
still
That's different.
beautiful, yo.
She is stunning for her age.
So
So her mom is gorgeous. You seen
Yeah.
Jada's mom?
that's why it's like there's plenty of points for that.
And it's
Yeah.
Will's wife. Like you took Will Smith's wife.
Well, he didn't take Will Smith's wife. That's what the narrative is saying.
Yeah,
Will
she
Smith and
didn't
his
cheat.
wife
They were
were
separated.
broken up, and then
I
she
think-
started dating him.
I think that part, I don't know if that part is true. I think my interpretation of what he said the first time is they have an open relationship. Will was cool with it. And then the Smiths were like, all right, how do we spin this? We don't want this open relationship shit out
To
there.
be public. That's
So
what
how do we spin this?
That's what I think.
Either that or she cheated while they were separated and she fell for that.
How much do you think this had to deal with both of her kids now being out of the house, having their own independent lives and like being adults, and her wanting to like nurture and take care of something like empty nest syndrome, I think is called?